Alright, listen up everyone. They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful. So let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this.
So hey what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome to a brand new F1 2019 career mode video. Now it has been a little while, we're taking a short break from the F1 career mode probably had a 2-week break now, so apologies if you guys have been hanging around for this episode. This is episode number 15 of our career mode where we're heading out to Singapore, and as you can see the rules will be changing for next season. So we need to try and get on top of this and adapt some of our parts for the next season. And the area that's going to change is the chassis. And it's only the chassis area development where it might potentially change for next year. So that's good, because sometimes you get two departments and it's even harder to try and adapt all your parts for next season. But anyway, we're going to try and save some of these parts, just get through and do these. But like I say, it's been a little while since I've done this career mode series. I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to do live commentary for the races, so I hope you guys enjoy that. I haven't recorded qualifying for this episode, only did the race in live commentary, so we will be unfortunately skipping straight to the race. So we didn't have the best of qualifying sessions either, so it didn't really matter about that, as you'll see from the starting grid. But let's get down to the race. So here we are down on the grid then, and we switched to live commentary. So this first part of the video we did a post commentary for qualifying, and as you saw in qualifying, I'd forgotten to switch up the engine, and it was just getting too much, and we were 2 seconds down on our teammate. The energy store also was worn, so we needed to replace that. So I've just replaced every single engine part. If I'm going to take a penalty, I'm going to take it here, and then hopefully then for the rest of the season we should be okay. No more penalties. Not the ideal round to take penalties starting from the back of the grid of street circuit, but we should be okay. So we're just going to check out the race strategy. It's just going to be a standard soft and the medium setup that we'll go for, and then that should do us ready for the race. So let's get straight into the race. Right, lights are about to go out then. Let's see if we get ourselves a decent launch. They sat on for a little while, the lights. Kubica gets an amazing start. We've not had the best of starts. I'm just going to send one up the inside into turn number 1 as the Toro Rosso of Albon turns into us. Right, struggling down in the last place right now. Going to get past Albon if we can. We're going to be stuck on the outside. I'm trying not to use too much ERS at the start of this Grand Prix. There we go, and we're through. Right, up into rich mix we'll go. Stick the ERS into overtake mode as well, although that's not going to do much for us. Coming on the brakes then onto the back of Kubica. Let's see how the car performs. I think Norris is only up in like 13th, something like that, so a little bit of catching up to do as we get up the inside, or almost up the inside of the Williams, who's coming back at us. Kubica, oh man, didn't pull off a bit of a wing? No, it didn't. So let's see if we get back at him. He slots in front of us, that is annoying. Kubica there, slots back in front, and we're back down to P19. Come on, we need to get a little bit of a move on here. See if we can line them up down the back of the straight. Oh, just someone up the inside instead. Aggressive on Kubica, there we go. Oh, massive kick of oversteer there. Need to whack up the ERS just to try and pull away a little bit. Here we go then, coming to the end of the opening lap then. We're trying to find a way past Romain Grosjean, using a little bit of ERS if I can, but in the end not going to be able to make the move, but hopefully around the next few corners we will be able to. We're just going to have to stick with him. We're going to have to be patient here. It's a street circuit, not many places to try and get the overtake done, but this back straight, especially when we get the DRS, is going to be a big opportunity. But here we go, we've got the ERS, rich mix, but we just don't have the legs on Romain Grosjean. Maybe we can send one up the inside though, very late. Oh man, not able to work. That lost us a little bit of time. Didn't realise he just closed the door that aggressively, so good racing there for Romain Grosjean, not being so passive. Right. Oh, a little bit deep there. It's getting away through there. That sector was not too good. We made a little bit of a mistake. Here we go then. DRS will be activated. So let's see if we can find a way through on Roman Grosjean. We're going to go for the move again. We finally caught back up. Now we can try maneuver our way around him. Whack the ERS up. I don't think he's going to get the DRS off of the Williams up the road. But he is going to be quick in this straight line again. Now we've got the DRS, it's going to be a breeze. We're just going to go straight past him. There we go, job done. Late on the brakes. A little bit too late on the brakes. Massive lock up at the end of there. But ending up in front of the Haas driver. So P17 only for now. We've got a bit of work to do. So let's just get our head down and pump in the lap times if we can. Here we go then, we're closing on the guys ahead. I think the Force India of Perez there. Not Force India. Racing Point, I need to get used to this, but trying around the outside of the Williams. Oh, job done. He's still there up the inside. Gives us a little nudge on exit at turn 1. We keep it ahead just for now. Now it's our turn to try and clear Sergio Perez. If we can, it should be easy if he's got a little bit of a problem. I'm going to go to the outside because it will come the inside line for the next corner. That actually cost us more time than it was worth, I think. Sending one up the inside, give us space. Oh, he almost doesn't give us the space. Oh man, that was crazy. Late as we can on the brakes, round the outside of Perez. Job done. Here we go then, coming into the pits. I think we're coming in a little bit earlier. Oh no, there's a few of them. Missing the pit entry a little bit there. I'd almost missed it completely. But not the best of pace then so far this Grand Prix. And that's typical of me at a street circuit, especially one like Singapore, Azerbaijan. Those sorts of tracks do not suit my driving style at all. So it's a good job we took all these penalties here. So let's head back out on track then. It's going to all be about this outlap. So I'm going to whack up the fuel mixture, try and use a bit of ERS as well, and then hopefully, oh look at that. Having to control the rear. So let's push now, let's push. Here we go then, a few cars in the pits and we're going to gain a few positions here. Not too many, so maybe there's a few more cars to pit. So that'll really help us out if there are. But at the minute it's Daniel Ricciardo up the road. So we've pulled a bit of gap on Robert Kubica so far. So that's good at least. But it's not going to be any sort of points here at the minute. So we're going to again have to put in another good lap on these medium tyres to try and close the gap on the Renault up the road. Again, come around the final corner, a few cars in the pits. Who's it in the pit? It looks like there's Butler. So we've caught all the way up to Devon Butler and the Racing Point, and now we're side by side with Nico Hülkenberg. He squeezes us out. That was really unfair there. Completely squeezes us out, but we will get the DRS, so we should be able to get him back, hopefully. We're closing in on Hülkenberg. Up the inside we go, a little bit deep, and park the bus on the exit, and job done. Right, so we're in P14. Daniel Ricciardo's up the road. Can we work to close in on the Australian? At the minute we're sat in P14, so got a lot more to give, I think, but let's just keep putting in the laps. A little lock up through there, which is not ideal. Closing through there is not very quick. Come around the final corner then. Oh, way too wide through that. But we're starting to close in on Daniel Ricciardo. We had a few cars in the pits there. It looked like it was Kimi Raikkonen. Must be on the alternate strategy. But anyway, Devon Butler's trying to come with us. He's just made a break. I've noticed he's been trying to close in lately. Green flags are out, so we can overtake again. And the gap up to Daniel Ricciardo is just over 2 seconds. We've been reeling him in. Since the pit stop stages, it was about 5 seconds. So we've done well to try and close in already. I mean, we're already up into P12, so this is much better starting from last place. But there's going to be no points, but it's just going to be about fighting for pride here. Few more cars in the pits then, so people going for two-stop strategies because we've just been promoted up to P10. I would take this if I could finish like this. People must be coming in and doing the two-stop strategy, so somehow we find ourselves in a points-paying position. I don't understand how that is possible, but it is. We got enough tyres to go to the end of the race, so we must have been putting in some good lap times then to try and close everybody in. 1.2 seconds now to Daniel Ricciardo, so we could have 2 points out of this race. Look at us. We are reeling in Daniel Ricciardo now. We're going to be able to get the DRS, so hopefully we can start to close in him. Let's just tuck him behind. Hopefully down this next DRS straight we can get the job done. I'm going to try and not use ERS because I'm just trying to keep that in medium for now and just use the extra fuel that we got on board to get some decent pace out of the car. But here we go, closing in on Daniel Ricciardo. Going to try up the inside. Here we go, much later on the brakes than him. Chuck it in, and there we go. Job done on Daniel Ricciardo. Now we need to pull out before the next DRS straight, if that's even possible. He's going to look to get past us. A little lock up into there. Not ideal. And it is our teammate up the road who's way up the road. So us starting in the last place has cost us so much time. Messing it up through there. Daniel Ricciardo is going to be able to get us back. We've only got 2 laps left to go after this one. But here we go. Taking a tight line into there. Rich mix. ERS. Pull away if we can. A little bit of a lock up at the end of that DRS straight. I keep getting ERS and DRS mixed up in this race. I'm feeling so under pressure here. Come on. Could get 2 points. Salvage 2 points when I thought we were going to struggle even to make it into the top 15. But somehow we've made it into P9. I think people doing 2-star strategies think it's going to work around here. It isn't going to work around here. So here we go. Rich mix. Round the final corner. Let's see if we can pull out a little bit then. Norris is 6 seconds up the road into turn number 1. Just keep it nice and neat through the first sector, and we might be able to pull away without the guys behind getting DRS. But it looks like Ricciardo's going to have Butler to deal with. So myself and Butler on really good pace late in this race. Plenty of tyres left in the Grand Prix. 5. Oh, we're closing in. 0.8 of a second in that first sector. So that was a nice first sector. Hooked it up lovely. And Weber's next up the road as Norris makes his way up into P7. If these guys keep battling, maybe, just maybe, we'll catch them up. I doubt it though. Look at that tyre wear. The tyres are starting to go, but we've only got 1 more lap to try and navigate of this street circuit here. Let's see if we can bring the car home. So in the end, Sebastian Vettel takes the win. We can calm it down as we're in a safe P9, which is going to be 2 points for our championship, which is good considering we started from last place with a whole bunch of grid penalties for engine upgrades. So not bad at all. I would take that. Wasn't expecting to get any points this race. So good solid result for McLaren again, and Norris all the way up in P7 as well, doing well for McLaren. Who else was on the podium? The Mercedes backing up Vettel. So let's see what the championship looks like, because this could make it pretty interesting in championship. Just shut up the guys there. So P7 for Norris, P9 for us. That is good. Who didn't finish the race? Only Kevin Magnussen and the Haas. So in terms of the championship, we're still in 7th. We've been sat in 7th for ages. Best of the rest, considering the top 3 teams. Norris makes his way up to 13th. What about the constructors? We're still in 4th, so that's good for McLaren. So overall, a good solid result for McLaren. I will take that. So in the end then, picking up a few points for us in the championship is good. And as you can see, apparently we've got the 4th fastest car out on track. As look at the leaps and bounds we've made over the past few episodes. I haven't really shown this grid much, and apparently we are as quick as Ferrari, but obviously not showing it today at Singapore. So yeah, let's see. We got a few R&D points. Obviously we're going to have to protect the chassis, so we're going to do some work on that if we can. We'll adapt those parts. But in terms of the performance tables, you can see we're right in the middle for aero. We are, where are we? 3rd for the engine, so we've got a solid power unit. But look at that Mercedes power unit, it's so good. We're 3rd for chassis as well, so we want to protect the chassis because it's good. So I'm going to adapt upgrade for the rest of these parts. I can't do any other upgrades, so we're just going to adapt all the parts. So there we go, we're fully protected, but any further upgrades we do on the chassis, we're going to have to adapt for next season. So I'm probably not going to bother upgrading the chassis anymore. It's probably good for the rest of the season. Probably aero we're going to want to improve, and then also the engine. So that's been it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, remember to smash the like button, share it around with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more F1 and MotoGP career mode.